Bryan bravely reveals how his sister passed away, tragic beyond words. Nearly 2 decades after country star Luke Bryan's older sister died, the American Idol judge has opened up for the first time about what happened. On October 28, 2025, Bryan had a deep conversation about grief with CNN's Anderson Cooper on his All There Is podcast, a topic he knows all too well, having lost his brother, sister, and brother-in-law. During the conversation, Bryan opened up for the first time about his sister Kelly Bryan's shocking 2007 death. "I've never really explained what happened to my sister," Bryan acknowledged. "There's some misinformation out there on the internet, and I think some people kind of wonder what happened and think that we've tried to cover it up." Kelly's sudden death occurred 11 years after her and Bryan's brother, Chris, was killed in a car accident at age 26. That made Bryan his parents' only surviving child. While he has opened up about dealing with the grief of his losses, the star had never explained in detail how Kelly died. For the first time, he told Cooper, "There is a very, very small percentage of people that die for no reason in the world. And it's called sudden death syndrome, and that's essentially what they described my sister's death as. She was in her home doing her laundry, and it was Anderson. It was like, somebody just turned the switch off on her, and it was just tragic beyond words." When Cooper asked whether it took a while to get an autopsy report and cause of death, Bryan responded, Yeah, obviously. We wanted to know what had happened because there was so much. There was just so much unanswered questions. And we wanted to know, could there be a family history of something that her children might have or may have? Bryan acknowledged that it's hard not knowing specifically what happened, noting that typical findings of an autopsy for a person Kelly's age would be an aneurysm or an embolism or a blood clot. But he reiterated that everything was inconclusive in the report. "She had a pretty severe, orbital bone injury," he noted. "So whether she fainted or not, I think she may have went into the floor and kind of knocked herself out. My nephew was 3 at the time." He also said that he suspects her chances of surviving could have been a lot better if someone could have been there. After Kelly's death, her husband Ben Lee Cheshire was left to care for their 3 kids, daughters Jordan and Chris, and son Till. Unbelievably, Cheshire died 7 years later, in 2014, at the age of 46, per Taste of Country. When that happened, Bryan and his wife, Caroline, took in the kids to raise alongside their own 2 boys. "She really was everything in our lives," Bryan told Cooper. "She was a mother of 3 children, and she was, the best mother you could ever dream of. And we all leaned on her for so many things, and it's hard to really wrap your brain around her being gone."